Wow, it's time for another show full of tips and ideas from the sales growth leadership expert, Dean Akers. Known for his experience in hyper-growing companies and creating cultures for high-performance teams, here's Dean.
Well, welcome to your Sales and Leadership Ninja Show. I'm your head ninja, Dean Akers, and every week I bring you a rant to stimulate your thinking in the realm of sales and or leadership. Today's show, again, all my shows are kind of precipitated by stuff that happens to me in the week or weeks before. But today's show is titled Get Off the Highway. Today's show will be a true game changer for the mental well-being that you have in navigating your life. It's breaking routine to discover all your new possibilities. So we're the creatures of habit, especially nowadays. The old adage, the definition of Saturday, keep on doing the same things you do over and over and expect different results. Well, today's show, we're really going to talk about a little technique I developed and actually discovered years and years ago, maybe 30, 40 years ago, actually 40 years ago when I was first in sales. And I made a point of getting off the highway. And back then, we had not as many interstates, but I would get off the highway and drive random roads. And out of sales, through this exercise, I found clients that nobody even knew about. I found experiences that nobody would ever have an opportunity to do or see, and things just so cool by getting off the highway. So today, I just want to share this whole exercise with you. And it's been a true game changer in my life. The process begins for you listening in today is to take the first step, which is to commit to 7 days. I do it as a lifestyle now as far as getting off the highway, but I think if you'll just commit to 7 days, it'll be a struggle for you because it's going to take you out of your comfort zone. But for the next 7 days, I want you to try to go to all your different destinations, whether it's your job, whether it's a vacation, whatever, and get there by not getting on any major highway, i.e. limited access highways, interstates, any kind of toll roads and stuff like that. Now, I know you're probably listening going, this sounds crazy, but you even have to go out of your way to do this. Give yourself time too. And you'll go out of your way, and the first times you do this, it's going to seem crazy. And it's definitely going to add time to your commute. Now, the interesting thing is, when you're sitting there thinking you want to be efficient with your time, this will increase the efficiency of your time because, A, you'll have time to think and stuff. By the way, this isn't in today's show, but another part of this process is turn your radio off and just absorb what's going on in your car. This will keep the distractions down also and cause this time to really be a very, very big asset to you and to your life's journey. So, I could today tell you stories for 2 straight days of experiences I've had jumping off the highway. I mean, I've had some of the craziest cool stuff happen by jumping off the highway and seeing things that nobody ever saw or that generally they don't see that I got to see. It could be experience at a restaurant. It could be traveling down a road. I went down one road, found an airport, went in and started talking to the airport people, and it was in Alaska. Next thing you know, I talked my way into getting an airplane ride for my sons and I, and we landed on Mount McKinley on a glacier at almost 15,000 feet. That would have never happened by staying on the main highway. So, I can promise you this process definitely works. And this process will play out for your business and sales successes. And the reason is this helps you jump off the habitual ways you do things. You don't worry about getting caught up in the efficiencies of time to the extent that you're now missing real opportunities. So I'll sit with people and they'll say how busy they are and how there aren't enough hours a day. Well, guess what? The hours in the day are the same for all of us. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. And understanding the savoring and using these hours for the best outcome is the true code breaker. The getting off the highway again is a perfect example. You'll still get to the destination, and now you've created more experience out of the journey. And that's really what you want in life. You want experience out of the journey, not the destination, because quite frankly, the destination in life is death. That's where you ultimately get off. The journey of life is your death. So you really want to make sure you're experiencing this journey so that by the time your destination comes to you, you've had these great experiences. So here's your assignment for this week. And I want you to make yourself take a different route every day to work or where you're going to go. Do not use the highway. Drive the speed limit. Savor the things you see along the way. Stop at a random place. If you're driving down the road and you see a store you've never stopped at, just stop, walk in, introduce yourself, look around. It's generally some small business that, I got to tell you, some of these small businesses have been the most epic stops I've ever made because they're not sophisticated enough to be marketing all the cool stuff they have. Nobody even knows they exist generally, and they're worried about all this noise they hear. But when you stop in, you get to experience them, and you also get to experience their stores or their restaurants. So I know that if you do this 1 week, you'll become addicted. You'll become addicted like me, and you'll make this part of your new life's journey. And you'll find these experiences will eclipse all of your past hurry-up excuses for getting places fast. And instead, you too will start savoring your journey. Thanks for tuning in every week. And remember to share if this helps you. My book, Self-Taught, Think Like a Child, is always available on Amazon. If you need or have a question or want a $5 mirror solution, just email me at dean@deanakers.com. and I'll be glad to help you. So remember, off the highway this week, savor the journey. Have a great trip.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Subscribe today to our podcast and send questions or thoughts to help@deanakers.com. Also, visit us at www.deanakers.com to listen to prior shows and view helpful videos. Also, great tips to download. Thanks again. See you next week.